Hello, I am Rochelle Fosu. Welcome to Season 2 of The Life of a Caregiver. Today with us, we have none other than Anthony Lorenzo Hernandez.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us on the show today. We're happy to have you.
No problem. I'm glad to be here.
Thanks. So, Anthony, tell us a little bit about yourself. How old are you? Tell us about your family.
I'm 15. My family's Latin. We're all a small group living in Jersey City and Bayonne.
How many brothers or sisters, and sisters?
I got 3 brothers and 2 cousins that I annually see.
Okay. And mom, dad?
Mom, dad is not here. I got stepfather.
You have a stepdad,
Yes.
So mom and stepdad. So tell us a little bit about how you became a caregiver. Who do you caregive for?
I caregave for my mother. It started when I was 13, I could say.
Oh, wow.
13 is when she really started getting sick, and there's nobody that could really help. So me and my brother had to do it until my brother left.
Your brother left?
Yes.
Wow. How old is he?
18.
Oh, wow. So there's an 18-year-old brother. What's his name?
Nelson.
Then there's you.
Yes.
17. And then the other...
No, my brother's 18, I'm 15.
You're 15, sorry. And then the other 2?
The other 2, Zachariah, he's 5, and then there's a newborn,
the baby.
8 months. Yeah.
Wow. So about 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago, how did you come to find out that your mom was really sick?
By her just telling me, like, she said it in the past, but I couldn't remember. So she had to tell me again, and I got really emotional, and I tried to help her the best I can.
Now, tell me more. You got emotional. Did you cry? Did you scream? What happened?
No, I cried a lot. I never screamed. I'm not
right.
a loud person, but I cried a lot to myself.
Did you? But you didn't let her see you cry.
No.
Right. That's always the case. And so when she said that to you, did you make any decisions yourself to say,
Yes.
This is what I'm going to do. I have to be a man now. What did you say to yourself?
Yeah, I felt that I had to mature. I got to stop being a baby type situation and try to help her to the best I can.
Wow. And so how do you do that now?
Now I do everything that, specific stuff like the chores, so she won't have to do, so she won't have to get up a lot. The heavy lifting I always do. And everything that she used to be able to do and she couldn't now, I would do that.
Like
and,
what?
Cleaning here and there, watching my siblings, of course.
Right.
And if she needs, I could go to the store or something, stuff like that.
So you end up basically helping to take care of your little brothers a lot.
Yeah.
And keeping the house going.
Yes.
And you go to school, of course.
Yeah, of course.
How is that working out? Do you find do you pay as much attention in school? Do you feel like school is impacted?
Yeah, I pay a lot of attention to school, of course, because of her.
Right.
Stressful, since, high school is a big thing.
Right.
And some of my classes I'm excelled in with the older kids, so they give me more work. And I had to do the work and help her out, so it's a bit stressful there, but I managed to do it.
Okay, there's a lot in there that we got to talk about. So you're in advanced programs for some classes?
Certain classes, yes.
Which ones?
Last year I was in advanced art.
Okay.
Math, it was still the same. So my classes were art. I had 2 arts that I was excelled in.
Okay.
And the rest were regular classes. But the arts even though it's like drawing, it was still a lot of work to do.
Right, to do it right. So you do that, and then let's say right now, COVID-19, right? Are you in school or are you doing remote from home?
I'm doing a remote from home, virtual, which is still hard.
Right. So tell me what a day looks like for you. You wake up in the morning. What do you do before you start school?
I wake up, I get straight on to school.
Right. And then when do you do chores and stuff?
I do it every time I can, really.
Right.
Like the little things I could do real quick for like my lunch break and after school, everything that I'll,
Right.
everything that she needed me to do, or anything that will need to be done, I'll do
Wow.
after school.
How do you feel about that? How do you really feel about that?
Feel like that's what I gotta do.
Yeah.
I don't feel any other way except for that.
You don't mind doing it.
No, not at all.
You love doing it for her.
Yeah.
And do you wish it was different?
No.
Really?
Not at all.
Why? Tell me why.
Because I don't know what the outcome would have been. I don't know if I could be the same man I was today then. She, I wish the predicament happened to her, it was different.
Right.
But what shaped me up to be who I am right now, no.
Wow.
Yeah.
What an amazing kid.
Thank you.
So when she is sick, like I remember we talked about one time, like she has seizures sometimes.
Yes.
What happens? Like, what do you do? How do you help?
So like there's a big thing, not big. There's certain things you have to do when they're having a seizure. You gotta put them on their side and make sure they're not biting their tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure their eyes are not rolling to the back. The little things I try to look out for.
Mm-hmm.
And thanks to my stepfather, we got a CBD thing that you put under their tongue and it relaxes them, but it don't stop it.
Okay.
So I still have to be there and watch them and make sure they don't hit their head, make sure they don't, convulse really bad.
Right.
Really bad. That's what I try to look out if because she could stop breathing.
Mm-hmm.
So I look out for that too.
Wow. And now how did you learn how to look out for all those things?
My brother and my stepfather, really, because before I would have to watch, because at that time, all I could be like 10 years old, all I could really do is go get the things you need. Mm-hmm. So I'll do that. I'll watch what they did. And the times that we were alone, I would just do the same thing they did.
Wow.
And thankfully it worked out. So, yeah.
So do you remember the first time that happened where you were alone with her and you had to kind of manage the whole seizure?
Yeah, it was very stressful, that part, because the first time being by myself, I was like overthinking a lot of stuff. Mm. But I managed to get all my stress and anxiety and, oh my God, what do I have to do? And just focus on what I really had to do,
right.
To help her and do and remember all the things that my brother and my stepfather did to help her out and make sure she's fine.
Right.
Yeah.
So tell us about the first time you had to do a seizure with your mom and manage it all by yourself. Tell us what happened, what you felt, how did it go?
The first time, I was a lot of overthinking. It was very stressful. A lot of anxiety about what to do and what not to do. I didn't want to hurt my mom, but I also wanted to help her. So
right.
There was a lot of decisions and decision making to do. But I pulled myself together the best I can and helped her to the full extent I could do at that time. And yeah, that's all.
Now, we were talking a little bit and you had mentioned that sometimes I think it's doctors who you see, say that you may be depressed.
Yes.
Have you suffered from any depression or anxiety?
Yeah, anxiety, yeah. They never diagnosed me with the paranoia, but I did research myself, and the signs of paranoia are very similar to what happened with me. So,
and why do you think that is?
Too many, worried about too many things at one time.
Right.
I'm always like, where is she? How is she doing? Is she fine? What did she eat? The little things that could mean a lot and later of the day. Wow. So I'm like really worried about those.
And so you were always on edge, you said?
Yes.
Because you never know when a seizure is going to happen.
Yes.
Wow. And this has been going on now?
For a long time.
Wow.
So it's building up.
Yeah. Do you have any way that you decompress or that You let out some of that steam, or
Music and sports.
okay? What sports do you play?
Basketball.
Oh, okay. What position?
Shooting guard.
Oh, a little something.
Yeah.
And what music do you like?
Almost all of it.
But what relaxes you?
The most classical.
Yeah. Classical music. Yeah. I love jazz.
Jazz too.
Yeah,
I listen to all the old. I don't like new musicians. I like the old ones.
Oh, you're an old soul. So now, I was just thinking, practically, your mom drives you around. Could she have a seizure if she was driving? Like, how does that work? How do you know when she's gonna? Do you have any indication?
Signs. You gotta pick it up.
Like what?
Like if she's having hot flashes, if she's like twitching a little bit, doing just me, I just have that feeling because I've been through it. But
right.
The twitching that I could say off my head, the twitching, the sudden movements. She looks really pale. That could be probably the most common sign.
That's paleness.
Yeah.
And now, is she eats a certain way or drinks certain things? Do that help or hurt? Or is there certain things she can do that prevents them? Or not really?
Well, we both have a type of thing, seizures, that lights, like flashing lights, will trigger it even faster. Okay. So that's really the worst one. Like at night, if she's, driving at night, could really cause one.
Wow. So she tries to avoid doing that.
Yeah. Every time and I insist of me going everywhere with her, really. Because I'm like, let me just go with you.
Wow.
Sometimes she denies it, but.
So you're in a lot of ways too, being a parent. Yeah. It's okay. That's what happens.
I'm learning.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not a full parent, of course. But, in some ways you are. Now, when you go to school and you're interacting with other children your age, how do you feel, like, relative to them? Do you feel like, do they look like they're not as mature to you? Like, how do you feel when you're interacting with them?
Well, like, the little things that they mostly do, like mature, like be mature about it.
Grow up.
Yeah, grow up. Like, and clearly there's different lives between both of us. But I see everybody else as like my age is, you gotta be more mature than that.
Wow.
Because what I've been through and stuff, I've matured faster than them. So
right.
That's what I think of. Like, it's that why, get ahead in your life. Don't act this silly now, that type of stuff.
Now, how about your brother who's 18? How has he fared as a result of taking care of your mom?
He helped a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I couldn't, he would do it.
Wow.
So I really learned off of him. And when our stepfather wasn't there, it would just be me and him. So, we'll do teamwork and help our mom out.
Wow. She loves her sons.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you were telling somebody, another young person like yourself, who is going through something similar, the probability of that happening is actually very high, because there's almost 40% of caregivers, people who are caring for their loved ones, are in their 20s and under. Most people don't know that. I think when I mentioned that to you, you said, what did you say?
So wow.
Wow. Yeah. That's a pretty high number.
Yeah.
I became a caregiver when I was 39, and I thought that was shocking, right? Because I remember planning and wishing that I would have this 40th birthday that was like, wild and crazy, hanging from the chest. Yeah. Not really. I was in the rehab, So what do you say to other young people like yourself? What would you do differently? What would you I don't know. What would your advice be?
I'll just tell them, keep it up, it's better you taking care of them than somebody else. That's what I think of. You know your family best. You grew up with them. You know what they like, what they don't like. And I just say keep it up because it'll probably be better for them in the long run. That's what I say.
Because you feel like your love and care for them is
It's
better
different,
than...
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of times better than somebody else.
Wow. Now, what are your dreams? What do you want to be?
I had a couple when I was younger. I wanted to be a scientist. I wanted to be a basketball player. I wanted to be a lot of things. Right now, I'm thinking in probably military or something. I was thinking of Air Force, but then I wanted to be a Navy SEAL.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Wow. Scared of you.
But I'm also looking into quantum physics, which is another science-related thing. Yeah.
That's amazing.
It interests me a lot.
Wow. Well, I think you'd make an amazing quantum physicist.
Thank you.
Mr. Lorenzo. Now, your little siblings that are coming behind you, do you worry about them?
Yes.
Do you worry about whether your mom will be there for them?
Yeah, because sometimes she'll have like a little episode, and then the overthinking starts happening. I'm like, I don't want this and this to happen because what's gonna happen? Like, I don't wear it for me because I know how I feel. Mm-hmm. But I wear it for the little ones. I'm like, they're not gonna have the thing that I had for 10 plus years. So
that's a lot to carry.
Yeah, it hurts. It hurt me thinking about that.
Wow. Now, I know you have a baby brother, baby, brand new. You were tell me the story of you helping your mom when she was pregnant.
So that day, she was just complaining, like, I feel sick, I'm not looking well. And every time I will notice it before her. So I'll be like, are you about to throw up? Are you about to? She's like, yeah. And she's like, I'm gonna pass out. That time she's like, I'm gonna pass out. I'm like, just lay on the bed. When it gets to that point, you can't really do nothing. You just gotta let it happen, which is the worst part. I'm watching my mom have a seizure while she's pregnant.
Wow.
And I can't do nothing.
Wow.
So it was that was hard for me. The anxiety level was through the roof.
Yeah.
My paranoia was through the roof. I was everywhere at that time. But I kept it, and I was like, I don't want to worry about anything else right now except for her. And she almost fell off the bed, and I had to pick her up and put her into the bed more. But then when I did that, I pulled out my back, and it hurt, but I didn't notice it right away. I noticed it afterwards. So that time, though, I had to put her on her side. I had to do the little things that I said.
Right.
Make sure she's not biting her tongue. And another thing that would work is putting ice on her back or her neck.
It cools her down, I guess?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she was just twitching a lot, and I couldn't do nothing. I had to wait.
Wow.
So I just had to wait until it was done.
Wow. Now, when you go through this many situations where you feel powerless, what does that do to you? Does that make you feel like you need to be in control everywhere else? Or does that make you feel like, God is in control and there's only certain things I can do? Which direction do you end up falling in?
Emotionally, I feel hurt. I'm like, I can't do nothing.
Right.
I'm upset. I'm hurt. But I know, God is good. So
right.
He will lead her on to a good recovery after that. But I just do everything I could in my ability to my extent.
Right.
And as far as I could go, I'll go there.
Wow. So how is your faith?
It's 100%. I have faith in God, so I know He's gonna do it.
Wow.
For the things that happened to her and everything else.
Wow. That is beautiful. I don't even know what to say. You have me speechless because I'm just like, wow, sometimes they say our youth are lost, but I'm really encouraged talking to youth today and talking to you because I'm just like, there's faith, there's hope in your generation. You're going through a lot, but I said to another young man that these experiences are part of, and I think you heard me playing that song a little bit, everything's in divine order. And I'm really connecting with that song because, you know, when things are happening that are difficult, we don't know why, and we're upset, and we're like, man, this is really hard, and why me?
Yes.
But every single little thing that happens, the song says, is in divine order. So it's always because it's walking you to some path, except you don't know where the path is going. And I do believe that people who go through these kind of difficult situations like yourself, that you're going to bring something to the world that we can't even imagine right now. And the reason you're going to be able to bring it is because of the strength and the resilience and the faith and all those things that you're developing right now. So even though it doesn't feel like it and it hurts like hell, probably, you should know that. Because when I was going through my experience with my husband, I couldn't imagine being here right now doing what I'm doing. And even though it's still a very heavy thing to do, I know that it's bigger than me. So yeah, the two songs that I usually listen to is that Divine Order song and this song by Beyonce that's called Bigger. And it talks about what you're doing being a part of something bigger in the universe. I don't know if you know that song, but and I'm not plugging for them. I don't know them, but it's just songs that I like. So so tell me, if you had to change anything about your life, well, obviously other than your mom being sick, what would it be?
Nothing.
Nothing. You take it as it is.
Take it.
Wow.
Why would I want to change anything if my life is good?
Wow. I am amazed. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, let's talk a little bit about financially. Do you ever worry about money with your family? Like, do you ever worry that, oh, I'm going to have to stop at some point and take care of my family financially? Or your stepfather, I guess, is there, so he probably handles that. Right, and your mom.
I mean, it's came up certain times in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, it's always on my mind. You know, as a man or as a young teenager. What am I going to do for my family? I always think of money-wise, support-wise, where they're going to live. I always have that on my mind. So, yeah, I always do.
Wow. I'm just amazed. I was like, I'm interviewing you, but you got this one for sure. So tell us anything else you want to say, that you want to talk about, that you think I may have missed, that you think somebody out there can be inspired by, that's in your shoes.
I would just say, just keep on going, because, knowing that you could have done something when you didn't do it could really hurt somebody really bad. So I'm just, if you're really struggling, take some time off, from helping, like take a day off, relax, calm down, do something that takes your mind away from it, but not really, It's still always going to be the back of your head, but something you could enjoy doing and then do it. But then always take care of the person, especially a family member, the person that really cares about you and you care for them. So that's just stay motivated. That's what I say.
Well, I hope that God will cover you.
Thank you.
Carry you, strengthen you, and birth great things out of you.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking this time to talk to me, Mr. Lorenzo. I call his middle name. He likes his middle name. Thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem.
You're feeling the song. You hear everything, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy, right? All right.
Don't worry about a thing, no. Everything's gonna be alright. Yes, it will.